What's going on, everyone? So Los Angeles Lakers have not been great the last 12 games or so. It's been frustrating because the team went on an 8-game win streak, looked like the best team in basketball, second best defensive rating, right? Absolutely cooking. And then now they just look like a shell of their former selves. I'm not worried yet, right? I still think the Lakers finish top 4, maybe top 5 at worst. I still think that they can win an NBA championship. Playoff basketball and regular season basketball are almost two completely different sports, right? Like Luka's game, why does Luka always seem to be beating teams that he has no business beating, like the Clippers when they were at their full peak power, right? OKC last year, all these teams, right? Why does he try? Because he's like perfectly designed. His game is perfectly tailor-made for the way that the NBA playoffs kind of operates, right? LeBron James, experience matters. All of these things matter. Playing the same team multiple times, coaching staff has shown times that they can be really good at kind of, figuring teams out and figuring stuff out. Very different when you're playing a team once and then you might not see them again for months or whatever. Team's different. Guys aren't playing, whatever, right? There's a lot of factors go into it. Crazy nights happen, whatever. There's a lot of factors that go into it. I've said from the beginning, I wouldn't bet on them to win the NBA championship. Lakers definitely have a lot of flaws, a lot of holes, a lot of concerns, particularly interior size and defense, right? Jackson Hayes, I've said it from the beginning. More and more people are kind of starting to come around and they're like, you know what? I thought you were just talking. Now I actually agree with you. I've gotten a lot of those comments lately. Jackson Hayes, I love Jackson Hayes. He's not a starting a center. Let's just say point guard. Not a starting center. He's just not. I like the guy. He's great. Him and Luka have an excellent chemistry. I'm not saying you get rid of Jackson Hayes in the offseason. Keep him, right? He'd be great off the bench. I think he is great as a backup. But he doesn't have the discipline and he doesn't rebound particularly well, right? He doesn't have a good just feel on the defensive side at times. He can be a little foul happy, all of that. Teams aren't concerned when driving on Jackson Hayes, right? And he doesn't have a ton of size, right? He's like 220 soaking wet. There's concerns there. Lakers have a lot of one-dimensional guys. It's been an issue for years. A lot of just really good defenders, not great offensively. A bunch of really good offensive players, not good defensively. I mean, even our 3 main stars. I mean, LeBron's been good defensively. Reeves has his games and his moments. Luka, although he has really good hands and reads passing lanes really well, but he's at times traffic cone out there too, right? So there's concerns. Change starter unit, whatever you do, right? Matchups are going to be so vital, so important for these playoffs. And it's kind of what I want to dive into here and kind of go over with the Lakers, because I don't think that there's a team in the league that I look at and go, Lakers have zero chance of beating. Right? Same breath, I wouldn't be surprised if they lost to any of those same teams. To me, it's always been about, and it's always going to be about, how transcending are Luka and LeBron. Luka and LeBron are good enough to win you 2 series by themselves. Right? Luka's taken a team to the Western Conference he's done more with less, right, than what the Lakers currently have. LeBron has done more with less than what they currently have. Lakers will have the 2 best players on the basketball court every single night, even if they play OKC. If you want to say SGA is better than Luka, fine. Chet or J-Dub or any of those guys, they're not better than LeBron. Lakers will always have the 2 best players on the court at all times, right? But to me, it ultimately depends. How good are those 2? Are those 2 transcending? But matchups are very important, right? A lot of people want to see the Lakers get the 2 seed. But looking at the seeding, look, at the time of recording this video, just depending on when you're watching this, things may have changed, especially with how tight the Western Conference race is. But Lakers are the 4 seed. They're tied with Memphis, who they play tomorrow at 44 and 29. Both teams are there. Lakers win that, they're good. Just got to, keep pace, and you're the 4 seed minimum, right? Now, as far as the 3 seed and the 2 seed, you play the Rockets twice. So if you beat Houston both times, you'd still be a game back, right? Because Lakers have 3 more losses than the Rockets. But if you get those 2 wins, it's 2 full games. You just need Houston to lose a game somewhere along the way. Boom, you overtake them. Lakers have tiebreakers over the Nuggets. Nuggets have 1 game better in the loss column than the Lakers, so you need that. Yes, the 2 seed would be awesome, but the 3 seed might be the best with Houston getting the 2 seed. Because let's say the Lakers finish the 3 seed. They would more likely than not, obviously, again, as tight as it is, things can change. More likely than not, they would play the Warriors or the Clippers. I think the Lakers beat both of those teams, especially the Warriors. Nobody wants to see, Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry in a 7-game series. But no one want to see Luka and LeBron in a 7-game series. Also, the Warriors are the only team that don't have the interior size to punish us. So I really like that matchup. I actually think the Lakers probably beat them pretty swiftly. I don't think the Lakers will sweep them because Jimmy and Steph are good enough to win a game or 2 by themselves. So I do think it'll be 5 or 6, but I do think it'll be the games the Lakers win probably are pretty handily. So if the Lakers finish as the 3, best case scenario, Warriors finish as the 6 seed. You have that 3-6 matchup, right? Then you'd follow that up with the 2-3 matchup, or 2-3 matchup, in which you'd play the Houston Rockets, who, yes, Şengün, don't get me wrong, might be a handful, but Rui has the strength to match up and not get bullied by him. Also, they struggle scoring the basketball. Their style of play typically usually doesn't translate super well come playoff time, right? It is possible you could end up playing the Timberwolves or somebody like that, or the Clippers in the second round. But let's assume the Houston Rockets, it's my best case scenario, play Houston. I actually think the Lakers beat Houston in probably 5 or 6 games too. I think experience, all of that, I think would be very crucial in that matchup, right? And I think by the time you get to the second round, Lakers have probably figured some stuff out, probably a lot more comfortable, right? I think they'll start being on a bit of a roll, right? And then now you're playing, my guess is either the Thunder or the Nuggets in the conference finals. So that path to me, I think, would be the best path personally for the Lakers to get to at least the conference finals. I know people might disagree. I'd rather play the Thunder than the Nuggets. I know the Lakers have been giving the Nuggets some problems recently. I worry about Jokic in a playoff environment and setting, and I worry about Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray against every other team is pedestrian, right? Or good. Jamal Murray against the Lakers is prime Michael Jordan, right? They love to play the Lakers. It's a reality. I don't beating Denver in a regular season game is not the same thing as having to beat them 4 times in the playoffs. The Thunder, I think if you meet them in the conference finals, 1, Luka loves to play the Thunder. 2, the Thunder don't have the defensive guys to match up with Luka and LeBron, right? Yes, they are incredible defensively. Don't get me wrong. But they're all a bunch of 6'3" to 6'6" guys, right? Where LeBron and Luka are, LeBron's 6'9", Luka's 6'7", right? So their size, I think, would be a problem as far as those two go. You'd have the 2 best players on the court. If you want to argue SGA is better than Luka, like I mentioned, then fine. But no one on the Thunder are better than LeBron. And then you'd have those 2 collectively. And then to me, it'd just be, Austin Reeves, can he be better than their 3rd best guy? And then the role guys, right? Which I think you could argue. I don't even think it's an argument. I think OKC's depth is just better than the Lakers. But I also think they're inexperienced, right? I think that there's several factors that really benefit the Lakers in an OKC matchup. So my ideal scenario come playoff time would be the Warriors, the Rockets, and the Thunder. And I think the Lakers go to the NBA Finals. And I said this in a live stream, and I'll put it on record in a video. If the Lakers make it to the NBA Finals, they will win the NBA championship. And the reason I believe that is because I think LeBron James will get to the NBA Finals and he'll go, this might be my last chance. And I think you'll see LeBron turn the clock back a little bit. And I think you'll see you'll see an all-out LeBron James. I think you'll see we've seen LeBron be ridiculous. I think you see probably the best version of LeBron you have seen 10 years, right? Or maybe 5, since like the bubble. I think you're going to see an insane LeBron James because I think he's going to look at it and go, this might be my last chance. I don't want another loss on my finals record. I just think that there's a lot of implications on LeBron. But as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Mix in the middle. What is your ideal playoff path? Where do you want to see the Lakers kind of finish and seeding? Lakers got to win some games out of the way because they have not been doing that as of late. But let me know your thoughts and opinions either way down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.